Hey, it's me, Vicky Marie. And there's some very disturbing news coming out about this poor girl, Celeste Rivas. Now, for those of you who don't know this case, I'll just give you a very brief recap. This poor girl, 15 years old, was found deceased in the front, they call it the front boot, if you like, of a Tesla over there in America. And this was supposedly her boyfriend at the time, David, or he's a singer. He's just sort of on the cusp of really becoming quite famous. But of course, he's an adult, and she was only 15 years old. Um, and she was deceased. She supposedly dismembered, decomposed, but now there's more very worrying information coming out. Now, in this particular case, I just wish the official law enforcement would come out with what has actually happened, because there's lots of rumours. I mean, maybe they don't know yet. I mean, obviously there's an ongoing investigation. This car was parked and was towed because it was parked illegally or in a bad place. It was towed, and Celeste's body was discovered because people in the yard where she'd been towed to, where the car had been towed to, smelt, decomposing remains. And when they called the police came and looked in the car. That's how she was found. This Tesla was just parked on the street. Nobody knows exactly when Celeste was last seen. She had been reported missing. She's sort of what you may call a bit of a troubled teen. I think she'd disappeared before, and I don't think there was any great concern in the beginning. And as I say, she was in this relationship with this grown man who the more we hear about David, you start to think, because his songs that he wrote and everything, the lyrics are very disturbing. I've talked about them in other videos, so I'll try and remember to put the playlist in the description of this video. Very disturbing, the whole thing. The facts that we do know is this girl, 15 years old, is dead and seems to have, the cause of death is unclear. That's been deferred because it's difficult. I'm not sure if some people are saying her whole body was found, but it was dismembered. Other people saying it wasn't found intact. So this is what I mean. I think there's a real gap here for proper information from law enforcement, in my opinion. So anyway, supposedly, this is the news that's coming out. Supposedly, this poor girl was, her head was removed, but her torso is intact. Her arms and legs were severely cut, whatever that means. And she was partially frozen. Partially frozen, or had, but it's thought that she had been frozen at some point. And don't forget, at some point, David went to a remote area in Santa Barbara. Why did he go there? Did he take some parts of Celeste's body there, or the murder weapon there? And apparently there are two suspects. So not only David, who has been made a suspect, but also another suspect, but we don't know who they are yet. So the information that is coming out is very worrying, very sad for this girl. And, but it's not official information. So I wish the officials, the law enforcement would come out with official information. But anyway, let's just have a look at this article. Nobody's been arrested yet either. So, where's the handcuffs? Why has David not been arrested yet? Everyone keeps saying he's a suspect, etc. Do they even know where he is now? Where is he now? Or is he in custody but just not been charged? So investigators are said to be exploring the possibility that Celeste's body was frozen before moved to David's Tesla. 15-year-old girl. So the body of 15-year-old Celeste was found severely decomposed in the front boot of a Tesla registered to the singer David, real name David Anthony Burke, back in September. So that's what. So September. So, quite a bit of time has passed since this girl was found, and even more time has passed since she was reported missing in April 2024. And she was only 13 then, they're saying here. The Tesla was found after it had been moved to an impound lot in Los Angeles, and a source close to the ongoing investigation has now told Rolling Stone that the medical examiner has reason to believe the remains were refrigerated somehow before being wrapped in a black bag in the vehicle's boot. And they also said that investigators are exploring the theory the remains were either frozen or refrigerated before the transfer, and they've called in outside experts to offer expertise before a final autopsy is released. So this is TMZ that's sort of coming out and saying these things. Don't know where they get their sources from. So as noted by Rolling Stone, it wasn't immediately clear how freezing or refrigeration might affect final ruling, and it could make pinpointing a date of death far more difficult. So I think they're finding it difficult to pinpoint cause of death, date of death. Anyway, it said that Celeste's body had been partially frozen and been thawing out while stowed in the vehicle. Anyway, it's very upsetting content. That this poor girl, her head supposedly removed from her body and her limb was cut into multiple pieces. Anyway, initially it was said that David was cooperating with the police, of course. Now apparently he's not cooperating, but again, we don't know anything officially. He's had to cancel all his tours. He was in the middle of a tour, a tour Europe and America. I know he was coming to Spain, but they've all been, and the UK. All his tours have been cancelled. So it's still a real mystery, this case, isn't it? But what we do know is this poor girl is not with us anymore. What happened to her? She was 13 when she went missing. Now, there's something else I wanted to show you. Let's see. So I just have to take Celeste's photo off a moment so that I can share this. Let's see. There's a video. Oh, I'm not sure where it is now. Anyway, I will keep you up to date with any new developments. Now, we must remember that the information that we've got so far is all just like, it's not, what's the word I'm looking for? Oh, here we go. Let's have a look at this. None of it's been confirmed, so we have to be aware of that. So Jennifer Coffindaffer posted this video. So this is supposed. This is David and Celeste, supposedly. I mean, that's disgusting, isn't it? That girl, how old was she? How old was she there? That is, that was them apparently on a live stream. And that apparently is Celeste. It's disgusting, this man, whatever, whether he's involved in her death or not. That is PDF right there.
I media trained you. That's controversial.
It's controversial of raping kids.
Really good.
Okay,
It's been a good one. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Mwah, 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 mwah. Oh my! Delete everything. Delete everything. Everything goes. Everything. Oh wait.
Oh, look it. Answer that one. That's so mean if you don't answer.
Which one? What's good? That big family family. Oh, thank you, Mitochondria.
I gotta sound with him if you even.
We
need to delete this.
Maz, can we delete all VODs and then as soon as the stream ends, delete the streams?
I don't know how this video survived, but it's very strange, isn't it? He's a very strange man, and she's just a child. She's a child, and he's a grown man. He's got a t-shirt on saying, "I love hot moms," but he loves their children more, it seems.
Yo!
Oh God. Just feel like it just makes you feel sick. Oh, she was 14 in that video. So, yeah, Jennifer Coffin Duffer, she shares quite a lot of interesting videos and things and information. I don't always agree with it. You can't always agree with people with their views on things. But she certainly seems to get some information, maybe because she was in the FBI. At one point, she used to have contacts. But anyway, I don't know. I'll leave you to make your mind up about what you think of these latest developments. All I know is this poor girl reminds me a bit of the Anna Kepner who was looking out for Celeste, or, was it because it's hard to look out for people when they want to be? She will have easily had her head turned by this man because he's older, a singer. He's can you imagine how easy it is to turn the head of a 13, 14-year-old girl? This poor girl. But anyway, so I'll let you know any developments. I'm praying for Celeste. I hope she's at peace. And it's awful as well because we all want to know what's happened in this case, but of course it's not nice for Celeste having all these details released, etc. But really, I just wish law enforcement would come out and give the official details. So, because all this sort of, I don't know if this is true, but I think it is in the public interest. People need to know that this man is not a good man. And they need to know what happened to Celeste. So justice for Celeste. Thank you for watching. I'll see you really soon in the next video. And until then, may your God go with you.